Welcome on in to Let's Talk Utes. Today is our week 2 Big 12 roundup, going through all the Big 12 results this week and then previewing week 3 as well. Let's jump right in with probably the most embarrassing Big 12 result of the day. Oregon 69, Oklahoma State 3. This one was over from the jump.
Man, I saw a stat. They played this on the broadcast. This was the worst loss Oklahoma State has had since 1907, over 100 years ago. This is like the worst loss in nearly 120 years. That's terrible. Like, that's, no matter the circumstance, no matter the situation, losing this badly, that's so bad. Losing by 66 is like FCS behavior.
Yeah. I mean, Mike Gundy, it's nice knowing you, man. He's probably gone, in my opinion, unless they have an immaculate turnaround in conference play. It's gonna be a rough, long season. It could be worse than last year, truthfully.
Yeah,
it sucks to see how the mighty have fallen. It's crazy. That was an insane game. You poke the bear, I guess you get it, man. That was rough.
Like, I understand if Gundy like thinks that privately to himself, where he's like, oh man, like this is not an even game. We don't have the same amount of money. Just don't say that out loud. Like, don't become a liability for your team. Like, he literally, like, the result is entirely on Gundy. Like, if he doesn't say that, I honestly think Oregon wins like 42 to like 10. Like, they're not grinding like they are, right? 69 to 3.
Why give the players a reason to just beat down on you? Like, it just, Oklahoma State, their main issue, they just haven't been acquiring talent. They don't have many talented players on the roster. Honestly, I think that's the bigger issue than Gundy or anything that he's done as a coach. I still think Gundy's a decent coach. Like, I think he's good. They just don't have the talent. Like, talent always wins out in the end. If you're not reloading and refilling with good players, your team's not going to be very good.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, there's really nothing positive to take from Oklahoma State for this game. Like, there's really nothing.
Honestly, that 3 points is even more disrespectful, even worse because of that. Just the chip shot in fourth.
This is the first quarter, I think. First quarter was their only score.
Second quarter.
Like the second quarter, but like beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, no, they were already down. What were they down? Like 20-0, 27-0
at that point? I think it was 20-0.
They kicked a field goal on their 5. It's like, that's...
Like, Gundy, he just didn't want to be shut out. I mean, they were playing ball control from like the second possession, like trying to mitigate the time left.
It was rough. I mean...
Yeah.
That team needs a full reset. Like, Zane Flores is not good. Like, they need a full reset, offense and defense, truthfully.
I mean, I won't even blame him that much. I mean, it's like, yeah, he was terrible, but like everyone else was also terrible. So I don't really want to single him out. It's like, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Enough on that one. Let's move on to probably the second most embarrassing, or maybe even the most embarrassing result of the day. Arizona State losing at Mississippi State. Arizona State goes down 17-0. And then they, kick a field goal 17-3 at half. And then they score 2 touchdowns to tie it up at 17-17. 8-minute drive, fourth quarter. Go down, get the goal line, 1 yard line. They're stuffed 3 times in a row. They decide to kick the field goal from the 1 yard line, go up 20-17. And then, I mean, the defense just inexplicably is playing 0 safeties. And the guy just gets behind him and scores a 58-yard, there's 30 seconds left, but pretty much walk-off touchdown. I mean, that is, it's inexplicable to me.
It's very strange. Leavitt didn't have a great day. 82 yards passing, 10 of 22, 1 TD, 2 interceptions. Their rushing game was working. They had 251 yards on the ground. Pretty good. 2 running backs, both with above 100 yards, with Raleek Brown, 110 yards, Kanye Udo, 105 yards. But honestly, the biggest liability of their team was their secondary. Mississippi State threw for 280 yards with 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That's not good. Like, this Arizona State team, it's just a terrible look for the 2024 winner of the Big 12 to lose to, like, genuinely an SEC bottom feeder. Like, this is one of the worst teams in the SEC. No one was predicting this Mississippi State team to win more than like 1 or 2 games in conference play. So that's just a terrible look. I think if the AP decides to drop Arizona State out of the top 25, That's probably deserved. They haven't looked good the first 2 weeks, but yeah, I'll be interested to see if ASU can turn it around because I was pretty high on them. They really only lost Cam Scadaboo. I thought they would be able to replace that production, but it seems like they haven't been able to replace that fire or that culture. I'm not sure what the difference is, but they don't look like a team that's going to be able to repeat what they did last year with a lot of close wins.
They would definitely score that touchdown with Scadaboo in the game.
They probably would have, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure they
Right,
would.
definitely. So I will say, to give Arizona State something, that Mississippi State team is a lot better than they were last year. Blake Shapen looked really good. And then they had something to prove. I mean, Mississippi State had to win this game. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. I do think Arizona State had to win this game also. So that is probably a negative as well. But there was no losing this game for Mississippi State. So I mean, they came out brought out all the stops. But it is disappointing. Arizona State, they were my team to they were my pick to win the conference. Truthfully, obviously this doesn't affect that, but with how they've looked so far to start the season, it is a little hard to kind of digest these 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, they were my pick to win the conference as well, but now they look more, mid-tier than top tier, to be honest. Yeah, let's move on to Iowa at Iowa State. The Cy-Hawk game. Iowa had won 6 straight at Iowa State. Iowa State finally gets it done. They win 16-13 on a, I think, 54-yard field goal with just a couple minutes left. I mean, the offenses were both anemic in this game. 0% explosive play rate for both teams.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I've ever seen that before. But I mean, this is what we know and love about the Cy-Hawk game, but not exactly explosive football, I would say, being played. But a great win for Iowa State, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a rock fight. Rocco Becht played decently well, 18 of 27, 134 yards and a touchdown. Iowa State had 104 yards on the ground. Just a close, hard-fought game, truthfully. Neither team seemed like they had much going on offense. I'm not sure we learned a ton about either team. Maybe we learned that neither of these teams is significantly better than the other. They're pretty similar. But yeah, I mean, Iowa State just chugging along. Another close win for them, Kansas State and Iowa. I would say I'm not quite as high on Iowa State as some people are. I don't think they've played a team that's very good yet. But, a win is a win. What really matters is just getting that W, getting that extra one in the win column. So good win for Iowa State. I expect they'll move up a couple spots at least in the AP.
I mean, any rivalry game, especially between these two, it's going to be close. I mean, free money if you bet the under. I mean, it was a given. 43.5 is insane in my opinion. Anyways, but I think Rocco Becht does it again. The dude just wins in close games. Like that's been his calling card his whole career, and he does it. I won't necessarily think like this. He did anything specifically that won them this game, but they brought out the win, and it's a solid win for them.
Yeah,
Go Cyclones, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to get the week 2 win, and I honestly think the Big 12 really needed this one. Like, this would have been a pretty disastrous week if Iowa State ended up losing this one. So yeah, good on Iowa State. They're representing well so far, first 3 weeks of the season. Let's move on to Baylor at SMU. The Bears get a critical win to avoid dropping to 0-2 in 2 overtime, 48-45. Honestly, I thought SMU totally messed this up. Like, they allowed them to come back, and then they also, at the end of the first overtime, why not just go for 2 right then?
Yep.
Like, you're just going to have to get the ball back and score again. Usually, like, just run your best 2-point play, and you decide the game right there. I thought that was a massive misstep from SMU, but honestly, like, it really helped the Big 12's week a lot. Baylor needed this win over a ranked SMU team that people think pretty highly of. Sawyer Robertson, I mean, ungodly passing numbers in this game. It was 34 of 50, 4 touchdowns, and 440 total yards. Like, they just rely on him so heavily. It's crazy. Like, his stats are just insane.
And let me add on to that, 91.9 QBR as well. I'm a believer in QBR. He had an elite day in receiving two receivers right around 150 yards. Josh Cameron with 151, Ashton Hawkins with 145 yards. That is unbelievable production, just super impressive. But I mean, it seems like Baylor is similar to what they were at the end of last year when they stayed hot. Their offense is great, one of the most explosive offenses. They're throwing the ball down the field, but their defense is a bit suspect. You can run the ball on them. Their secondary is not the most sound. But yeah, huge win for Baylor. I think people were selling their Baylor stock way too early after the loss to Auburn. I'm still pretty high on Baylor. I think Baylor's going to have a great season and contend for a Big 12 championship.
Some of the best wide receiver play I've seen all so far this year. Josh
yeah.
Cameron, Ashton Hawkins were incredible. I mean, Sawyer Robertson. I mean, we've been on him since the beginning of last year. I mean, we lose that game against Baylor last year if he starts over DeQuan Finn, 100%. And so it's awesome to kind of see. I mean, what a game! That game was awesome. Shout out Big 12 refs. If you know, you know. Like, definitely helped them out a little bit. I think, in my opinion, party call. But hey, I agree with Tanner though. Like, what is SMU doing? I was shocked. You got it.
That was a disaster.
Especially you're at home, dude. You're at home. You just get that big play, one play touchdown. You don't go for two. What are you doing?
Well, and it's not even like, oh, like we've been playing better than Baylor. Like more chances gives us like, you know, like the variance is like less. It's like, no, like Baylor was outplaying you down the stretch, like pretty significantly.
Yeah, like I mean,
you had the game in your hand.
24-38, and they come back and they tie the game in the fourth quarter. Like,
yeah, I mean, just a disaster for SMU. I mean, if I was an SMU fan, I would be distraught. But
I mean, finally
great win for
SMU.
Baylor.
Finally, SMU lost one of these games. They had such insane luck last year, like winning all of these close games. Like, this is just proof when people are like, oh, this team's so insane. They had 10 wins. Some of that is just luck. Like, you're not going to win every single one of these close games. It's just not possible. I mean, Arizona State learned that too. Like, you can't, you know, you can't always repeat winning 7 out of 8 one-score games. You know, it's not possible.
Yep. It's very unlikely. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to Kansas at Missouri. Missouri takes out Kansas 42-31. Honestly, Kansas blitzed them early, and I was thinking, oh boy, like this may be the best team in the Big 12 based on like what they've shown the first 3 weeks. But then after the first quarter, you know, Missouri kind of just suffocated them, and they honestly dominated the last 3 quarters, you know, on the ground, totally outgained them. Really looked better in every aspect over what Kansas did. I think Kansas is a great team. I think Missouri is just a little bit better, and we saw that today. I still expect Kansas to be one of the better teams in the Big 12, probably like top 6, honestly, is like what I would predict for Kansas. I think they look good. But I mean, I think this Missouri team is legit. I don't think anyone expected Bo Pribula to be able to throw that well as he is. I mean, he's like dicing up people. Like he genuinely looks like one of the best throwing QBs in the country. Which
30 for 39 and 3 touchdowns is.
Yeah,
nice.
I mean that's impressive. I mean, the people are saying that he's better than Aller, and
I would agree.
I can't disagree. Yeah.
I mean, for me, my main takeaway: Kansas has got to get both their rushing and rush defense figured out. Allowing 261 rush yards while only rushing for 3 yards. I had to look at the box score for a second there because I was confused. I was like, wait, is that 3 yards in the rush column? Yeah. This team need to figure out their line of scrimmage play on both sides of the ball. I would say that's their biggest weakness. Jalen Daniels is playing great. I think they're a great passing offense. They're pretty consistent overall, but one of their big weaknesses definitely got exposed today. They are struggling to stop the run.
Yeah, completely agree. I mean, Kansas, they looked really well, but I mean, like Tanner said, Missouri just suffocated them throughout the game. They just stayed in it and just really just showed that they were a better team overall. Do you think Kansas, I think Tanner's take, Kansas is going to be a contender in the Big 12, is aging quite nicely. I mean, this Kansas team is good. If they can figure out the offensive line play, like Landon said, like they're a contender for sure. That's one thing. I mean, probably the big guys, the big contenders in the Big 12, that is probably some of their stronger suits, the defensive line, their offensive line. So it's going to be hard for Kansas. They can keep Jalen Daniels healthy, and they can run the ball a little bit more effectively. I mean, quite a bit more effectively. 3 yards is a little insane. They'll be good. I mean, when start of conference play, we'll really kind of see where they're at comparable to the rest of the conference.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's move on to West Virginia at Ohio. Ohio takes out West Virginia 17-10. I mean, always unfortunate to lose to a G5 team, is, Power 5 team. Happens every year, though. I can't say that I'm that surprised. I didn't think West Virginia was that good coming into the season. I do think Rich Rod will have them on track in the years to come. There was just way too much roster turnover this year.
Yeah, I mean, the most disgraceful thing, truthfully, how are you only favored by 3.5 against Ohio? This is like barely even an upset. This was like genuinely like almost like a pick 'em. Like it's just that's dark for West Virginia for sure. But I don't know. I thought they'd be able to win this game, but it just doesn't seem like they've got the players this year. I like Rich Rod's system. I like that fast, hurry up offense, but I'm not worried about them competing in the Big 12, really. I don't think that they'll, really make too many waves, unfortunately. Yeah. But yeah, not a ton to say about this game. West Virginia just didn't play great. Ohio played slightly better.
West Virginia creating 3 turnovers, 3 interceptions, and only scoring 10 points. That's rough.
Yeah, that's
especially against an Ohio team. I think a good Ohio team. I think Ohio is one of the better MAC schools. I think they fought Rutgers really well at Rutgers last week. I mean, it's Rutgers, so that's take it however you want it. But I think Ohio was the pick here. I think a lot of people were picking Ohio to win this game, and the line showed, and I mean, the results showed. It's a tough look for West Virginia.
Yeah, the pretty tough week for the Big 12, I think, continues with the Army beating Kansas State 24-21. I saw a stat that they had 2 8-minute drives in the second half, and they basically just suffocated Kansas State out. And I mean, this is disgraceful. I mean, Kansas State could legitimately be 0-3, and for a team that was a lot of people's pick to win the Big 12 title, this is shocking. I guess it just goes to show that when you're not really a great recruiter, the floor is much lower than you could expect. I think, because they really don't look good at almost anything.
The elephant in the room is Avery Johnson's rushing or lack thereof. 3 carries for 14 yards against Army, and you lost? Are you serious?
It's not enough.
It's ridiculous. It does not compute in my mind what Kansas State's game plan is.
Yeah, we were saying this last week too, when they almost lost to the FCS team. We were saying, what are you doing? Run Avery Johnson more. Making him a pocket passer does not work. That's not his skill set.
We were saying it week 0.